Hey Rush Creek, Pastor Cam here. I just wanted to bring you another note of encouragement. So much continues to change really on a daily basis as we look at the reality of our lives and all that's being disrupted by the coronavirus. And one of the things that stands out to me is that more and more we are being forced to spend more times in our homes. And as a result, we're also, in essence, being forced to rest. The reality of the busyness of our lives is slowing down rapidly. And with that comes an inordinate amount of fear and anxiety and worry. But I wanted to take just a minute to really focus in on that idea of rest. We certainly wouldn't wish the coronavirus on the world or on our country, but in many ways it's brought about a disruption that has us grappling with this idea of rest. And what does it look like for us to have time to rest? And really, even having that as a dichotomy with the worry that comes with it. But I just wanted to read this passage from Psalm 46 that's a good reminder of the importance of rest, and then maybe just say a word or two about how we can engage it. Psalm 46 says, "God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth gives way, though the mountains be moved into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, though the mountains tremble at its swelling. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of the Most High. God is in the midst of her, she shall not be moved. God will help her when morning dawns. The nations rage and the kingdoms totter. He utters his voice, the earth melts, the Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come behold the works of the Lord, how he has brought desolations on the earth. He makes wars cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the chariots with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." I just want to highlight verse 10. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. We find ourselves in a weird juxtaposition of the chaos of the world around us and yet the stillness of our lives being forced more and more to be at home. And yet in the midst of that, Scripture says that God will be exalted among the nations. He will be exalted in the earth. And so my encouragement to you this week, maybe even just this day, is to lean into that stillness, to lean into this opportunity for rest. Yes, it's scary. Yes, there's so much unknown. And yet, how can we be intentional about this idea of rest? It's more than just taking time to binge watch a Netflix show. But maybe there's opportunity to reconnect spiritually with our families, to reconnect spiritually with the Lord, to spend time in His Word, to look out at the world around us in the midst of some really nice weather recently and still realize that He will be exalted in all the earth. And so I would challenge you today to look out and say, in the midst of this time of rest, even if it's forced, how can I still exalt the name of God? And how do I see that His name is being exalted throughout all the earth? That would be my challenge for us in the midst of this crazy time that we find ourselves in. Hey, one last note as we continue to spend time in prayer, I want to just challenge you to be praying for small businesses and business owners, that in the midst of even the shutdown of restaurants and bars and other places of eating recently, that you would just be praying for both those who work there, maybe those who own those small businesses, that as they are dealing with the reality of just a dramatic drop in their income, that they would be able to be lifted up in prayer in their time of need. If you could do that, that would be an awesome blessing for our community and for our nation as a whole. Hey, thanks so much for giving me a few more minutes of your time. And again, be safe, stay well, and God bless.